And enter today's candidate. The first in our low-cost studio headphone review process is the MAONO AU MH601. I'll never understand MAONO's naming process, but since their microphone did so well for us in the past, I wanted to give the company an opportunity to get their name out here and have a chance to see exactly how these work. At the time of review, these headphones were running about $45 on Amazon with a coupon here and there that had different prices depending on the sellers. Now, I will admit that I am stepping a little out of my comfort zone with this review, as my prior experience with headphones was typically the gaming style class, these HyperX style or something along that line. So coming into the studio headphones is just a different type of environment and a different classification of headphones, but I thought these really deserved a good review to be able to go through. First thing we can talk about is what do you actually get in the box with these? You end up with these headphones, which I'm really happy that the cord is detachable. I just like when you're trying to travel with them or something, you can detach the cords out of these, and you get a coiled cable here to hook up to either a mixer or a hi-fi stereo, and then these are threaded connectors to go down to the 1/8" jack on like a cell phone or a small stereo system of some sort. I personally don't like these screw-on jacks because you're limited to only being able to use them for this cable. They're not really adaptable to anything else unless you have these other type of connectors. And I'm not a huge fan of this coiled cable. These to me are just bulky and they kind of get in the way when you're trying to use them or hook them up to the mixer and stuff. So I won't be using this cable today, but I didn't notice any differences in audio quality when I use that between my other cables that I have available to me. Now, a few things to talk about the design of these headphones is that the ear cups do have a 360-degree rotation on both sides. And then they can turn up to about 90 degrees one direction to turn them off ear if you're just trying to hold them and listen to them versus actually putting them on. More of like DJs do that quite often and things like that, where they don't want to actually slip the headphones completely on, but they just want to be able to listen to one ear at a time or something. The headband does adjust quite a bit of a range. It's definitely way bigger than my head is. This goes up to, each side is numbered 1 to 7, and I only click them out like 2 on each side to keep them on my head pretty snug. The headband's not very tight. There's a soft fabric pad on the inside of this, on the inside of the headband to keep it from rubbing or snagging or anything like that. The ear cups themselves are this leather style material. I'm sure that this is not real leather. It's probably some kind of pleather material or something, and it does have a little padded fabric on the inside of the driver there. In terms of size for the ear cups, the one thing that I was kind of uncertain about is I don't feel like I have very large ears, and I feel like my ear fits very snugly in there. So if you have a larger ear size, these might not work for you. These might be a little bit too small in that aspect. But that's just something that you're going to have to kind of determine and feel out. They do fit really well for me, and because of the small ear cups, I believe they block out quite a bit of sound once they're being worn. If I have any type of audio being playing, no matter what the level, it pretty much drowns out anybody talking in the room with me or anything like that. It pretty much, they do a pretty good job of self-isolation without any active noise cancellation. In terms of connections, these actually have a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 inch connection on the headphones here that you can actually connect either to. It seems that on the inside of the headphones, these are wired together in the same format, so you can actually use the 1/4 inch for a mixer or the 1/8 inch for a CD player or an MP3 player or a phone or something along that line. It actually does a pass-through as well, so you could use the 1/4 inch to a hi-fi stereo and then have somebody else plug their headphones into the 1/8 inch and listen to the same sound you are. I tried it and I didn't notice a huge amount of audio loss when you were chaining the multiple sources together. There was a small amount in the end headphone unit, but I couldn't tell if it was because I was comparing them to the studio headphones versus a pair of earbuds, or if it was actually a dramatic amount of audio loss or tone loss or volume loss in the signal. But I did think that that was a really neat feature, and it gives you a lot of flexibility when you're trying to figure out what you're going to use these for. Again, if you travel, if you have a mixer set up at home and you use all 1/4-inch connections, and you just want to leave your cable here and just throw a little 3.5mm cable or 1/8 inch in your bag to travel with, so you're not carrying a big cable with adapters and things, it makes it a really good unit to travel with if that's what you're trying to do as well. Now getting into the meats and guts of what you're really expecting to hear about here is the way these sound. I'm gonna be honest, I was really taken aback when I put these on for the first time, and I thought they sounded flat and hollow, and just there was no real oomph out of them. I don't really know the word to describe it, but coming from these HyperX headphones, it just sounded like the MAONO ones just didn't work well. But after several hours of listening, I really started to notice how my ears had not been trained to hear sounds what I would call properly. I went back and forth between the two sets very regularly, and after a while I started to notice that the HyperX sounded a lot more muddy every time I put them on. The bass was way overemphasized, and the highs were sharp, and they almost were kind of ear-piercing versus the flat tone response that the MAONO headphones had almost all the way across the board, which just gave you a better clarity and a better sound quality overall. I think that's kind of the emphasis in the way games are played and the way audio is done for gaming and the way these headphones are EQ'd when they're built. They're designed for loud explosions, various gunfights, and things like that for gaming purposes. So the EQ is set up to match that a little bit better, whereas these are more designed for music production, vocal production, things like that. So they have a much more flat response. I can tell you now that I have worn these for about a 5 to 6 hour session, and yes, my ears do get a little sweaty in the process, but they are comfortable and they don't hurt as far as audio listening. There's nothing in them that drives me, crazy in what I'm hearing or anything like that, and they're just sound pretty decent for the price. Now, to be entirely honest, I want to say that this is probably not something, again, like I said, it's probably not something where you're going to grab your $75 gaming headphones and you're going to pick up a pair of studio headphones and you're going to notice immediate difference. It's going to be one of those things that you're going to have to build up, and you're going to have to understand what the differences are. But once you hear them, it's very, very hard to unhear them. At this point in time, after a week of testing this product, I have a hard time using these at all for any long period of time because I notice how different the sound is and how muddy everything comes out of them. Going into the final stages of this, just to try to provide you a little bit of my take on it, do I think these are worth $45 to $50? At this point in time, I really, really do. I don't have a lot of background to say what compares to other studio headphones, but considering that these were $70 and these were $50, I could say that the $50 ones, to me at this point in time, sound substantially better in the long run, and they just provide a better listening experience if you're doing music, movies, or anything along that line. If you're going with gaming, you could probably stick with these and never have an issue. But again, if you're doing long listening periods or anything like that, these MAONO headphones are going to be a great entry-level piece for you to start with, and they're just going to work well with you in the long run. I would love to have the opportunity in the future to step this up and do a couple more reviews on these different styles and models and manufacturers to see what the differences are and do some comparisons there. That way I have an opportunity to really give a great comparison between the different products. But that is going to be it for my review today. I appreciate you guys for watching this.
Hey guys, this is Chris. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a quick review of an inexpensive pair of headphones from MAONO. We found these on Amazon for about $50. We're going to go ahead and check them out and see how they do and if they'll be good for DJs, home DJs, maybe a great backup, maybe just for pure listening pleasure. So sit back, relax, check out this quick review of the MAONO AU MH601 studio headphones. If this is your first time to the channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button. This channel is pretty much dedicated to finding inexpensive gear for mobile DJs, home DJs, bedroom DJs, home disco enthusiasts, and anybody who likes to have a little fun with live sound, lighting, or anything similar at home. Ready? Here we go. We're going to open this box. It's a MAONO Studio Headphones AUMH601. In the box we have this little bag. Just a piece of, it's a styrofoam cover. It's not going to be a reusable bag. And we have the headphones. All right, the headphones seem to have a nice little fold up, kind of DJ-ish, but you can't seem to fold them both together, but that's all right. We have some adjustment. We have a left and a right marking. All right, that's nice. We can flip them in and out. Flip them all the way around. Spring loaded. They look nice. They got an M on the side with a little silver splashing. We definitely have some plastic. I don't feel any metal. MAONO. All right. Side looks like we have a little bit of a little cloth on the headband part. And we have some pretty thick synthetic material here. They're super light. The box shows we got a little red here, but they are silver, which is cool. They're very they're cool. And besides that, it looks like we have an eighth inch plug and a 1/4 inch plug, but the wire's not on them. We're gonna go ahead and set them on the ear. Comfortable, very comfortable. They're very light. Don't do that. It's a pretty nice spring. Nice. Why aren't they gonna sit like that? Look at that. They bend nicely. They'll sit nice. Easy to go one ear. Turn one out. It's nice. I'm looking to pose side camera, but very light. I hate messing up my hair, so I rarely put them over my head. So it's good. Good. Very light. Not very noise. There's not a lot of noise blockage. I mean, there's obviously dampens the sound some, but I can hear my snap, no problem. There's not much going on here. I can still hear the fan from my computer. But let's see what else is in the box, guys. Headphones look nice. And you have a nice bag of coiled cord. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. We got a nice... So it easily goes over 6 feet if needed. All right, and then you have... oh, that's nice. So you have 1/8 inch stereo to 1/4 inch stereo on both ends, and both have adapters, and they both screw on adapters, so they're going to stay where you want them to. Nice and easy. So that's what you got. You got the headphones, you got the cord included, you got the adapters, 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch. Looks good. I mean, for DJing, you don't really want much longer than that. It's nice. I'm on the right way again. Yes, I do. So this is nice because you can obviously just take it out and go. Yeah, you can just take it out and go. You can pull them out, not worry about it. They're very comfortable. All right, let's check out the sound and see what we think. John Williams, Star Wars, killing it. I just checked these things out with a little Dr. Dre, with a little hard rock, and even John Williams doing the original Star Wars theme, and they sound really good. So I like to use a bunch of different music. I don't use headphones at home that often, but I might start because I miss music being that nice and that nice stereo field. So I do like them. They're really inexpensive. They're light. They sound great. And I do like the included cord, and I like the flexibility of this, and this. These are great little DJ headphones. They're great for home. They're great for just chillaxing and listening. I didn't try them with my phone. I got them plugged right into my computer system, basically. And they're great. They get really loud. The bass is pretty good. and the clarity of music such as classical sounds really nice, guys. Check these out. For 50 bucks, they're a 5-star buy for me.
This is the MAONO. Man, why y'all gotta make such hard to pronounce brand names? MAONO AU-MH601 Studio headphones. The retail price for it is $43, and we'll be comparing it to my headset, the HyperX Cloud Revolver, that goes for around $118. It's basically 1/3 the price, so we'll see how it holds up. For the packaging, the box is sleek, but if you look inside, the box comes with an informational packet and a baggie that contains the audio cord. There's not much cushioning, but no company riffraff either. Just the key things you need. As long as your UPS driver ain't eating your packages, it should be okay, but HyperX wins out with luxurious packaging. The AU has some interesting features, a 3.5mm jack and a 6.35mm jack, which I haven't really seen before. If you use equipment that requires that, then there you go. It also supports headset sharing, so if you and the boys got some MAONOs together, it's gonna be pretty lit! That's one thing it has over the Revolver. However, it lacks external media control and doesn't have a microphone. As you can see, the cord is spirally, which helps prevent tangling, but might be awkward when extending it, so it's up to you to decide if it's a pro or con. I like that the jack is on an angle because it will help prevent cord damage, unlike the Revolver, which is stiff straight, so I need to be more careful with it. The HyperX has standard quality features like a microphone and audio adjuster, while the AU has more uncommon features like a different jack or headphone sharing. You can decide based on your needs, so it's a tie. Looking at build quality, it feels like it has similar material to the Revolver, but it lacks the metal support band and leathery fabric for the ear cups. While both pads are pleasant to wear, the larger over-ear design of the Revolver makes it a little bit more comfortable, especially for long-term use. But while still being sturdy, the AU can fold in to save space, so that's good for storage and on-the-go use. HyperX still wins in build quality, but the AU is excellent for its price point. For audio, both headsets are great. They sound virtually the same all around for bass, lows, highs, mids, etc. But because of the open cover of the Revolver, it makes the audio sound more natural and a bit better. The AU's closed-off cups, though, do allow for better noise cancellation. Overall, the AU is an excellent headset even when compared to a higher-end headset. The Revolver may be more comfortable and have a bit better sound quality, but for only $43, the AU rocks out. Whatever uses you need it for, the AU has you covered, but the Revolver is geared more towards gaming, so it does better in that category. Now, will I be using these headphones? I think I'm still gonna go with my OG HyperX Revolver, cause like, obviously I'm a gamer girl! But really, these are gonna be graciously donated to my brother since the other day his feeble skull candy snapped, so let's see what he thinks of it.
Sounds very clear. I like how it sounds like it's not blasting in your ear, but it's like kind of right, like there's enough space inside the headphone so that it's like not, the sound waves aren't banging against your eardrum. Guitar sounds good. I love how crispy and clear it sounds, like you could hear every single instrument, every single beat, and change in pitch and tone. Alright, so I think the comfort of these headphones, it's not really that much different. They both feel very comfortable. I mean, maybe they feel a little bit different, like the outer covering right here that wraps around your ears when you put it on. It feels more smooth, while these headphones over here, it feels more leathery. But I think that they both still feel pretty comfortable in my opinion. I honestly don't think I could really tell much of a difference between the two. They both sound really good. These are some good headphones, and I think they're also pretty durable too. 1/2 centimeter thick. That's pretty thick right there.
Hallo und willkommen zum Test der MAONO Studio Kopfhörer. In diesem Test erfahrt ihr alles, was ihr darüber wissen müsst. In der Packungsbeilage befindet sich einmal ein Kabel und der typische Papierkram. Die Kopfhörer fühlen sich auf den ersten Blick sehr hochwertig an und sind sehr gut verarbeitet. Auch die Polster sind ziemlich weich und ich kann mir gut vorstellen, die auch länger zu tragen. Und man kann natürlich auch die Größen verstellen, so dass man sie an seinen eigenen Kopf anpassen kann. Das mitgelieferte Kabel ist zwar für mich zu groß, da mein Rechner so einen Anschluss nicht hat, aber man kann natürlich auch sein AUX-Kabel anschließen, ist zwar nicht mitgeliefert, aber ich hatte zu Hause eins rumliegen, sowas sollte man auf jeden Fall bedenken, wenn man sich diese kauft. Ich habe die Kopfhörer jetzt an meinem Mikrofon angeschlossen und jetzt kann ich praktisch komplett die Tonqualität überwachen und ich höre mich jetzt gerade selbst bei dem Mikrofon und ich muss einfach sagen, man hört einfach wieder die geile Tonqualität ohne Verfälschung, gerade so wie es aus meinem Mikrofon rauskommt, man hört kaum Grundrauschen. Der Ton hat so die perfekte Mitte von Bass und Höhe, was einfach ein perfektes Klangbild ergibt und ist auf jeden Fall praktisch so aufzunehmen. Vor allem kann man noch sagen, dass es vor allem ziemlich weich ist, das heißt, ich kann auch wirklich, wofür Studio-Kopfhörer gedacht sind, mal auch mal so 10 Stunden am Stück, ja, so lang schneide ich pro Tag, die Kopfhörer auflassen und ich sehe einfach, wie richtig bequem die Kopfhörer sind. Die passen einfach genau auf die Hörmuschel, nicht, dass sie hier drauf drücken und nicht, dass sie auf die Ohren drücken, sondern sie haben einfach eine perfekte Form und sie sind auch nicht so schwer, was das Ganze auch leichter zu tragen macht und sie sitzen einfach so auf dem Kopf, dass ich sagen kann, als wenn ich jetzt 10 Minuten weiter zu aufnehmen, merke ich gar nicht mehr, dass ich überhaupt Kopfhörer auf habe. Und trotzdem habe ich die Vorteile dieses Kopfhörerpaars. Und dazu muss man einfach sagen, das ist ziemlich gut gelöst. Und das finde ich auf jeden Fall eine geile Investition. Ich meine, für 50 € seinen Ton immer perfekt zu hören, finde ich auf jeden Fall gut und kann ich vor allem auch nur weiterempfehlen. Was mir auch aufgefallen ist, dass ziemlich wenig Ton durchkommt. Das heißt, man kann zum Beispiel auch mit anderen Leuten zusammenarbeiten und sie fühlen sich nicht gestört durch den Ton, da praktisch keine Außentöne rauskommen. Was ich auch nochmal ziemlich praktisch finde. Und jetzt testen wir mal, ob man durch die Kopfhörer durchhört. Ich werde jetzt einen Clip abspielen in normaler Lautstärke, also so wie ich jetzt gerade rede. Und wir hören dann mal, ob man was hört. Ich bin wirklich sehr überrascht, denn wie ihr selbst gehört habt, hört man einfach gar nichts durch, was ich ziemlich krass finde.
Ich ziehe jetzt eine Kopfhörer an und ich versuche mal meine Bewertung zu geben. Die Kopfhörer kann man super in die Ohren anpassen, so einfach und problemlos. Die haben eine sehr gute Soundqualität. Ich werde die Kopfhörer weiterempfehlen. Preisverhältnis ist sehr gut, also für das Geld kriegt man nichts Besseres. Der Sound ist auch ziemlich klar und deutlich, keine Geräusche oder Störung, also das finde ich super. War heftig, Bewegung vom Kopf, die sitzt ziemlich gut. Die wackeln nicht, die rutschen nicht, also ich finde es super.
Ich habe viele bekannte Personen gefragt, was sie zu diesen Kopfhörern sagen und sie waren einfach begeistert. Vor allem für 50 € liefern sie eine super Tonqualität ab, was ziemlich keiner erwartet hat. Ich und auch viele andere Leute, die diese Kopfhörer ausprobiert haben, können sie nur weiterempfehlen. Von daher war es das jetzt auch mit meinem Test. Ich hoffe, ich kann euch bei eurer Kaufentscheidung helfen. Von daher war es das von mir.
Hier kommt uns direkt so ein kleiner Kunstlederbeutel entgegen. Und halt noch die Kabel. Also das Kabel hier ist besonders, sage ich mal. Aber das zeige ich euch auch gleich. Es sind jetzt die Kopfhörer ausgepackt und man sieht direkt, dass die auf jeden Fall sehr kompakt sind. Man kann sie dann jetzt hier so durchziehen, rausfalten. Und ja, hier habt ihr eine Einstellungen mit 9 Stufen. Es ist auch beschriftet, dass man beide Seiten gleich einstellen kann. Wünsche ich mir bei anderen Modellen auch, also nicht von MAONO, aber ja, haben die jetzt so umgesetzt. Und hier oben für die Kenner, sage ich mal, sieht man direkt, dass man sich ein wenig bei Biodynamic inspirieren hat lassen. Aber ich muss ehrlich sagen, gerade im Vergleich fühlen sich die Kopfhörer besser oder ich sag mal hochwertiger an. Aber ich glaube, das liegt einfach daran, weil ich die schon seit 2 Jahren habe und die halt ein bisschen ausgeleiert sind. Ja, jetzt kommen wir zu den Anschlüssen. Das Besondere ist, wir haben hier einmal ein Klinke, also eine Normalklinke auf 6,3 oder auch umgekehrt. Und zwar können wir den hier einmal reinstecken und das halt in unser Smartphone oder ähnliches. Aber auch gibt es hier auf der anderen Seite einen Anschluss, wo wir den reinstecken können. Und das dann in ein Mischpult oder ähnliches, halt für den Studiobereich. Da haben wir hier noch einfach einen Klinke auf linke Kabel, wo wir einfach hier reinstecken können und ja, ist einfach gehalten. jetzt kommen wir mal zu den interessanten Dingen, und zwar die Qualität, den Specs etc. Die Kopfhörer sind aus Plastik gefertigt. Hier haben wir so ein Kunstleder, hier haben wir Kunstleder. Hier, die sind auch aus angenehmem Kunstleder. Ich muss ehrlich sagen, man fängt nach ein paar Stunden an zu schwitzen. Aber das ist, glaube ich, bei allen Kopfhörern so mit Leder oder Kunstleder Polster. Die sind aber angenehm, wenn ich sie jetzt anziehe. Verbaut sind 50mm Treiber und der Frequenzbereich ist von 20 Hertz bis 20 Kilohertz. Ist halt geeignet für Mixing und Monitoring. Und ja, man hat dieses abnehmbare Kabel, wo ich schon gesagt habe, ist faltbar. Und ihr könnt die, egal ob für Gaming, Podcast, Videoproduktion, Musikproduktion, einsetzen. Und das Stärkste, was ich finde, sie kosten nur 50 Euro. Und mit den ganzen Sachen, was sie haben, die ganze Bühne auf dem Klangerlebnis, ist es für 50 Euro mein persönlicher Preis-Leistungsgewinner.
Das ist der MH700 vom MAONO. So ist er zusammengeklappt. Wir wackeln mal. Da rappelt und klappert nichts. Das spricht für die gute Verarbeitung. Dann haben wir hier Skalen rechts und links am Kopfbügel. Wenn man die sehen kann, ist das ganz gut. Da kann man dann den Kopfhörer gleichmäßig einstellen, damit er schön rechts und links über den Ohren sitzt. Das sind die Gelenke rechts und links an den Ohrmuscheln. Ich wackel mal dran. Auch hier ist überhaupt kein Spiel feststellbar. Das ist sehr, sehr gut. Das ist prima verarbeitet. Hier gibt es eine Besonderheit an den Buchsen für die Klinkenstecker. Und zwar einmal hier rechts und links. Hier ist die große Buchse, hier ist die kleine Buchse. Hier sind kleine Karabiner an dem Stecker. Man steckt die hier rein und verriegelt die. So können die nicht rausrutschen. Sehr gut mitgedacht. Sehr, sehr gut. Kommen wir mal zu den Ohrpolstern an den Ohrmuscheln. Das ist ja hier ganz weich. Die Nähte sind total gut verarbeitet, wie man sieht. Hier ist nichts schief, nichts krumm, wenn man drückt. Das ist sehr angenehm, auch auf der Haut. Das Proteinleder nennt sich das. Und das ist wirklich sehr, sehr gut verarbeitet. Das Polster am Kopfbügel lässt sich abnehmen, hier über diese Druckknöpfe. Das ist gut zum Reinigen oder zum Ersatz, wenn da mal was kaputt gehen sollte und es Ersatzteile gibt, ist das eine sehr nachhaltige Geschichte, sehr, sehr gut. Man muss da nicht direkt wieder den ganzen Kopfhörer entsorgen, sondern kann Ersatzteile austauschen. Das gleiche gilt auch hier für die Ohrmuschelpolster. Prima. Der Klang des MH700 ist hervorragend aufgrund der 50mm Neodym-Treiber. Das sind wirklich tolle Geräte. Das ist ein satter Bass, schöne Mitteltöne und knackige Höhen. Das ist wirklich super gelungen und gefällt mir sehr, sehr gut. Mitgeliefert wird so ein kleiner Sack hier mit dem MH700. Da passt er ganz genau rein, wenn er zusammengeklappt ist, so in dieser Form. Dann braucht er nicht viel Platz, kann mitgenommen werden auf Reisen. Wirklich sehr schön. Gefällt mir gut.
Today I'm just kind of unboxing and reviewing these MAONOs studio headphones, and I was looking for something that didn't have a mic built into it that actually fit my head and sounded really good. And so just kind of show you a couple of things here. So first of all, when you open it up, you can kind of see them. They're packed up real nice. They just kind of unfold like this. Real good indicators right here. You got your left and your right, and man, real good feel when you first put them on. Real squishy, which is nice. Also, just brought these on because I do wear glasses when I'm playing, and one of the things that I wanted was some headphones that fit good with the glasses, and because of the padding, they fit pretty good, and so we've got good stuff going on there. So the last thing, which is real nice about these, is you got two different size jacks that you can do, and easily can just come across right here. And so what's really nice about this is I can use them for traveling on my phone, my tablet when I'm playing, my Nintendo Switch, but also I can use them for plugging into my electric piano and guitar amp, and so I can practice guitar, not hear anything. The sound's really good. Has low basses. It sounds really good when you're playing in game. You can hear the voices real well. Do recommend using some kind of software mixer to help with everything, but overall it's really good quality. They feel really nice, and I'm really excited to give them a try for a while. And you can get those on Amazon. A friend recommended them, and so far I'm really enjoying them, and look forward to some more stuff that they produce, because so far I've had some really good luck with their quality.
Listen to music on these, but I'm gonna run a little test track real quick. You gotta add.
Turn your head to the left. Then.
Oh,
turn
and
your
these
head to the
things
right.
get very
If someone
loud.
offers you
You
ice
don't
cream.
need to put your volume all the way up. But let me see if I get
Look, I just flipped the switch. Flip, flip. I don't know nobody else that's doing this. Body start to drop, ayy. Hit the front. Now they wanna know me since I hit the top, ayy. This a rolling, not a stop. Watch, don't never stop. This the flow that got the block hot. Got super hot.
Those ones, it seems like audio is very close, and those are a little bit more spacey. Yeah? So this is like kind of like the audio is around here. It's a spacey audio experience, very powerful. I think this is something you could really work in a studio. No radiation next to the ears. Even for traveling, yeah. If you don't mind the cable, they don't take too much space, and they're built in a way I think they're probably going to last forever.